Shaina Low is a communications advisor at the Norwegian Refugee Council, and she joins us live now from Beit Hanina in occupied East Jerusalem, rather. Shaina, thank you for being with us on the program. Now, as we know, Palestinians are trying to flee, but where they go from here is in question as border crossings have been completely shut off, essentially threatening the lives of 2.5 million Gazans.
Yes, that's right. I mean, we saw as early as Saturday evening, Prime Minister Netanyahu telling Palestinians in Gaza that they needed to leave, and the question is to where. Gaza is one of the most densely populated places on Earth. Its borders are completely controlled by, and I understand have come back under the control of Israel and Egypt. Palestinians in Gaza have no safe place to flee to at this point, and there's no pause for them to even be able to flee to designated safe spaces. It is dangerous for them to be moving even within the Gaza Strip.
So give us some insight into the journey they now face, because for most of them, this isn't the first time they've been displaced.
So what we've heard so far is that there are around 180,000 Palestinians who've already been displaced, 187,000. About 140,000 of them are already in 83 UNRWA schools, which have been designated as shelters. I understand that UNRWA schools have only a capacity of about 150,000 people, so they are quickly approaching that. The remaining 40,000 people who've been displaced, either because their homes have been destroyed or severely damaged, or because the areas that they live in have been targeted, they're staying with family and friends and others who can support them. But as I mentioned, there is no safe space in Gaza. We've heard reports that UN facilities have been damaged during this assault. And so even the designated safe spaces, there's a worry that they might not be safe.
Right, and we are looking at live pictures out of Gaza of Israel's continuous bombardment of the Gaza Strip, forcing thousands of people from their homes to an unknown location, essentially. What are the prospects of the international community coming together to put at least a temporary ceasefire into effect where people could safely flee?
I mean, that is something that we at the Norwegian Refugee Council and other humanitarian organizations have been calling for. We need, if not a complete de-escalation and ceasefire, at least humanitarian pauses in which civilians can flee to safer places, in which we as humanitarians can get on the ground and assess the people's needs and distribute aid and relief. As of now, we've been unable to act. Our staff themselves are at risk. We have over 50 staff who are from Gaza and live in Gaza who are at risk themselves. And so they are eager to get out and assess the damage and see how they can help. But until there's a humanitarian pause and humanitarian corridors in which people can flee and humanitarian actors can travel and distribute aid, that's just out of the question.
Joining us from the Norwegian Refugee Council, Shaina Low. Thank you so much for being with us here on the program.
Thank you.